So before I start, I'll show you that this is how I store my stations. They're all in these giant Rubbermaid tubs, and I just have everything in here for every single month. I have these way up high, those big cupboards up there. So that's where I store them, in those cupboards up there that say PAX Voices, all those cupboards across the top. They're really high, they're not very convenient, so they're perfect to store my centers though, because I only have to get in there once a month. So this is my spelling station, and this month at spelling they're doing spooky spelling. I put all the words in a little pocket chart, and then they just write their word with a white crayon, and then they paint on it with watercolor paint. So they are excited about that. This is my art station. I keep all my crafty stuff over here, and then I always have usually a simple kind of craft for them to do at the art station, something so easy that they do not need my help at all. So next week they're going to make this little witch, which just has 2 patterns, and I keep the paper, and they're all cut up and ready to go. And I usually just hang this like over here so that they can have it to look at and know what they have to do. My library and listening station are behind art, and I just have a bucket of books. Actually, it's a cauldron of books. All my Halloween books are out there for the kids to read. And then my listening station is kind of part of the library also. It's just right here. And I just keep the books, the Halloween books that they're going to listen to, in Ziploc bags, and they can just pull them out and listen to them. And actually, I still use a cassette player because I have so many books on cassettes that it just would be a waste to not use it. And the kids do fine with it, and I don't have to change them over to QR codes or anything. I just have them ready to go. This is my math station, and the bottom 2 shelves are just materials that I use for different math activities. And then I put the station stuff that the kids can use in these green baskets at the top. So I'll show you what we're doing this month in math. So I have a couple of cute little clip card activities. This one is tally marks, because we're learning how to do those with bones. And then they clip these little, ghost clips to the tally mark clip card. And then this one, they just count the bats, and they have to clip the little clothespin. And I just drew some pumpkins on there to make them look kind of cute. So that's another math activity. And then this little box, they have to match the 3 parts of the candy corn to make to match the number. So they have to find the top and the middle and the bottom that go together to make whatever the number is. This one is always a favorite because they love these little cups that I found. I found these at the Dollar Tree for $1. They are numbered on the bottom, and then inside each one of the cups are all kinds of little Halloween stuff. So I'll show you how they work. Like in this container, there's rats and little pumpkins, and so they can do one of 2 things. They can either count the objects and write it on the matching pumpkin, or they can make an addition sentence out of the objects that are in. So they can do either activity, whichever one they want, and then the containers are numbered on the bottom, so they're supposed to put their answer on the pumpkin that matches, or over here, the one that matches, and then I can check to see if they got them. And then all of the little containers have different stuff in them, like this one's got little bats and spiders. This one's kind of hard to see. It has worms and spiders. This one has bats and ghosts. So they're all different in each container. And then the last activity at math is Feed the Hungry Monster. And each one of these little monsters has a number on it, 10, 11, and 12. And then there are little cookies with addition facts, and they have to figure out the answer and then feed it to the correct monster. And if any of you decide to do this Feed the Hungry Monster, I did not run these on tag board. I just ran them on regular paper and laminated them, and you can see they're flopping around. So I would suggest running them on tag board because it would be a lot stiffer and they would stand up better. My next center is my big book station, and this is kind of big book and retelling. And so I've got a couple of things here that they can do some retelling. I've got this 5 Little Pumpkins poem that they can read, and then they fill in. They just read the poem, and then they fill in one of their friends' names with a marker, like 5 little pumpkins at my door. You know, Susie took 1, and then there were 4. And then I have this little glove that they can wear to tell the poem with as well. And then also at that station is the story, There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Bat, and it's just got some puppets. And all I did was I just photocopied the pages in the book, and I kind of colored them, and laminated them and put them on popsicle sticks to make little puppets. And then since it is the big book station, I always have a few big books for them to read as well. And then this is my word workstation. And so there's a bunch of different things at this station. This one, they have to match the little ghosts to the correct word family. There's the ick family, the awk family, and the ack family, and they go in their haunted houses. This activity is called Pumpkin Words, and this one, these are our sight words for next week, and so each one of these little pumpkins will have the letter tiles to spell a different sight word, and the kids have to figure out which word is in the pumpkin. And then, so they, they mix them up, they unmix them, figure out what the word is, and they write it on the sheet. And of course, they're matching also. They're numbered on the bottom, and then they write the word over here that matches so I can check it. I don't have the letter tiles in. I also have these little clip cards. They're just beginning sounds, and I found these cute little clips that they can clip on there. These are super cute. They are called poke words, and they have to try to figure out the word that matches the picture. There's like a glare on this. It's kind of hard to show you, but anyway, they read the word and they poke the pencil through the holes that are on there, and then they can look on the back and they can see if they got their answer right. So those are fun. They like doing that too. Sorry for the glare. And this is a memory game. I found these coasters at the Dollar Tree, and I just wrote sight words on the back, 2 of each word, and it's just a memory game. They lay them all down and try to find the matching ones. So that was super cheap. Got that from the Dollar Tree. And then the last thing at my word workstation is this little game called Pickin' Pumpkins in the Patch. And they just pick a card. If they can read the word, they can move along the game board trying to get to the finish line. If they can't read it, then they have to go back 1 space. And what's really nice about this game is these word cards are editable, so you can put any sight words in there that you're working on. It could be kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, whatever. You can just put your own words in there. And then this is my last center, and this is my writing station. I always like to put just some fun Halloween kind of pens out, so I found these little spooky pens, and this one lights up. I made some little mini books that they could write in, and I just made these little simple mini books, these pumpkin books on the Ellison machine. And then there's some little mini word walls with spooky words and Halloween words, and they can just write their words in there and draw a picture to go with it. And then also at this station is Halloween Write the Room. And I have little word cards that look like this, only they're in color, and they're hanging all over my room, and the kids have to search for them and write the words. And there is Label the Haunted House. And then finally at the station, they can make a list of their favorite Halloween candy too. So that is that. And then I also have my tablet station and computers. And of course, nothing ever changes on those every month. They just stay. And then this is their Learning Center log. And everybody will get a brand new one next week. And it will last them for 2 weeks. And so every day they go to a different station. And then when they're done at the station, they just put a check mark. So we know they've already been there. And then they can't go back to that station again once it's checked off until the whole log is filled. And then when it's all filled, they get a new log, and then they can start over again. So these stations that I put out today will last for the entire month. So those are all my October centers. Those will last the whole entire month. The kids will probably go to each station twice over the course of the month. And you can see there's just so much stuff to do at each center that they never really run out of stuff to do, and it keeps them occupied. And so if you want to do any of these centers or anything, I got pretty much all the little cutesy stuff that's there, all the little toys and all that stuff. I got almost all of it at the Dollar Tree. They have tons of cute Halloween stuff. Just check it out. It's all there.